Hello everyone, welcome back to Remind, knowledge sharing channel self-development through good books. This week, I want to share with you an incredibly valuable book.
The Art of Praise and Criticism that actually changes lives. Insights from Passing Judgment, Praise and Blame in Everyday Life by Dr. Terri Apter. Praise and criticism are two of the most powerful tools we possess in human relationships. We use them every single day, at work, with friends, in our families, with our children, and with our partners. Yet very few of us have ever been taught how to do them well. A well-placed compliment can light someone up for weeks and deepen a bond forever. A clumsy one can feel fake and leave the other person cold. A thoughtful piece of criticism can help someone grow without wounding their dignity. A harsh or poorly timed one can create resentment that lasts for years. Some people have mastered this art. When they praise you, the words land straight in your heart. You feel genuinely seen, respected, and motivated. When they correct you, they point out the exact issue without ever making you feel small or attacked. Others, despite good intentions, manage to make praise sound insincere and criticism feel like a personal assault. The difference is not the emotion behind the words. It is the skill with which those words are delivered. Today, through the brilliant work of Cambridge psychologist Dr. Terri Apter in her book, Passing Judgment, we're going to learn exactly how to praise and criticize it in ways that truly help people and strengthen every relationship in our lives. We are wired from birth to feel praise and blame. Most of us don't realize this, but human beings can detect praise and blame long before we can speak. Even a 2-month-old baby smiles back when an adult smiles at her, because she intuitively understands that a warm facial expression is friendly and welcoming. Psychologists call this our intuitive mind, an ancient, hardwired ability to read other people's intentions through tiny behavioral cues. This sensitivity never leaves us. Throughout our entire lives, praise and blame remain two of the fastest ways to shape another person's emotions, behavior, and even brain development. How genuine praise literally builds a child's brain. Neuroscientists have discovered that warm, authentic praise triggers a flood of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and endorphins in a child's brain. These chemicals don't just make the child feel good, they literally provide the nutrients needed for new neural connections to form. The more loving, specific praise a young child receives, the richer and faster their brain grows. Long-term studies show that children who regularly heard sincere praise before age 3 develop stronger cognitive and social skills than their peers. Children who rarely heard praise show slower neural responses and often struggle more emotionally. Praise is not just nice to have. In the earliest years, it is brain food. But more praise is not always better, the danger of empty or over-the-top praise. For years, many parenting books insisted, never hold back praise, praise everything. This idea came from the famous Rosenthal experiment. Teachers were told, falsely, that certain randomly chosen students had high IQs. Because the teachers then praised those students more, the students' actual grades soared. The conclusion seemed obvious. Praise everything and watch children blossom. Newer research tells a more nuanced story. When praise is constant, automatic, or clearly disconnected from reality, children become anxious. They start performing for the next compliment instead of focusing on learning. In one heartbreaking study Dr. Apter observed firsthand, a little girl burst into tears the moment her grandmother praised a drawing she herself thought was terrible. She worried, if grandma thinks this is good, how will I ever make something good enough again? A 7-year-old boy angrily destroyed his clay sculpture when his mother called it beautiful because he knew it wasn't and felt she was lying to him. The lesson is clear. Praise must be honest, specific, and tied to real effort or real achievement. Empty praise creates pressure. Truthful praise creates confidence. Why criticism feels like a threat to our survival. The moment someone blames us, this is all your fault. Alarm bells go off in the oldest part of our brain. We instantly feel rejected, threatened, even in danger of being cast out from the tribe. Why? Because for hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors lived in small bands. Being excluded from the group literally meant death. That ancient fear still lives inside us today. Solitary confinement is considered one of the cruelest punishments because it triggers that same primal terror of exclusion. When criticism is delivered as a personal attack, what were you thinking? How could you be so stupid? The listener doesn't hear helpful feedback. They hear, you are not acceptable. You might be thrown out. Their body floods with stress hormones and they either shut down or fight back. Yet criticism is absolutely necessary for growth, learning, and moral development. The trick is learning to criticize without triggering that ancient rejection response. The two types of criticism, responsive versus intrusive. Terri Apter distinguishes between two fundamentally different styles. Responsive criticism is direct, respectful, and focused on the behavior while still showing care for the person. Example, a mother notices her older son is disappointed that his younger sibling got excellent student while he only got advanced. She sits beside him and says calmly, "This semester you didn't give your best effort. If you try a little harder next time, I know you can do just as well. I believe in you. Let's work together for the next term." Intrusive criticism is indirect, harsh, and focused on shaming the person rather than fixing the behavior. The same mother using intrusive criticism might snap, "This is what happens when you waste all your time playing instead of studying. You never take anything seriously." If the boy tries to explain, she doubles down. "Excuses again. That's all you ever have." Responsive criticism strengthens the relationship and motivates change. Intrusive criticism wounds the relationship and creates defensiveness or rebellion. Praise and criticism in marriage, the ratio that predicts divorce. And John Gottman, the world's foremost marriage researcher, discovered something astonishing after studying thousands of couples. Whether a marriage lasts has almost nothing to do with how often couples argue, how much money they make, or even how good their sex life is. It is almost entirely predicted by the ratio of positive to negative interactions, especially for praise versus criticism. Happy, long-lasting couples maintain at least a 5.1 ratio of positive comments, praise, appreciation, affection, to negative ones, criticism, complaints. Unhappy couples who eventually divorce often fall below 1.1. But there is a catch. Praise that starts as genuine can turn toxic when it becomes an expectation or a manipulation. One couple in Apter's book illustrates this perfectly. Every time the wife picked up her husband's dry cleaning before a business trip, he would say, "You've always been so thoughtful. If I didn't have you, I'd be lost." At first, she loved it. After years of hearing the exact same line, it stopped feeling like gratitude and started feeling like pressure. "You'd better keep being the thoughtful one, or I'll be in trouble." One day she refused to pick up the clothes, and when he repeated the old line, she exploded, "Stop saying that, I hate it." What began as sincere praise had quietly morphed into an emotional contract, and then into resentment, praise and criticism among friends and colleagues. And with friends and coworkers, most of us have been trained to hide negative judgments entirely. Someone snaps at us in anger, then apologizes. Even if we're still hurt, we smile and say, "It's fine, don't worry about it." Or a friend brags endlessly about their new car, and instead of showing annoyance, we force out, "Wow, that's amazing." We call this politeness, but sometimes it prevents real intimacy. When someone comes to us upset after being criticized at work, we often respond with what Apter calls consolation praise. "Your boss is just a jerk who loves putting people down. You're one of the best employees they have. They're lucky to have you." It feels supportive in the moment, but it doesn't help the person learn or grow. The sandwich method, how to criticize without crushing someone. When you are in a position of authority, manager, parent, senior colleague, and you need to give real corrective feedback, Dr. Apter and decades of research recommend the classic sandwich technique, done sincerely. 1. Start with genuine praise and acknowledgement of effort. "I've noticed how many late nights you've been putting in on this project, and last week you really helped the team by finishing that extra report." 2. Clearly and calmly state the problem and its impact. However, the client report still has some gaps. They felt we didn't fully listen to their needs and pushed our own ideas too strongly. 3. End with forward-focused encouragement and support. This is a great learning opportunity. Next time, let's focus even more on their priorities, and feel free to run the presentation by a couple of teammates beforehand. We'll get it perfect together. Delivered this way, criticism feels like coaching, not condemnation. The person leaves the conversation motivated instead of humiliated. Final thought, every piece of praise and every piece of criticism is a choice. Behind every criticism, no matter how angry it sounds, there is almost always a hidden wish for something better, for improvement, for connection, for love. Behind every praise, there is a hope that the other person will feel seen and valued. When we learn to express those underlying wishes clearly and kindly, our words stop wounding and start healing. We stop creating distance and start building trust. Master the art of responsive praise and responsive criticism, and you will become the rare person whose words don't just pass through the air, they change lives. Because in the end, how we praise and how we criticize doesn't just affect others, it reveals who we really are.